I need you to understand something before I tell you this story. I'm not someone who believes in monsters. I'm a route driver for a beverage distributor, 43 years old, been driving these back roads for 19 years. I've seen deer, coyotes, black bears, even a mountain lion once near Table Rock Lake. I know what animals look like. I know how they move. I know how they sound. What I saw on County Road 47 on the night of October 15th, 2023, wasn't an animal. And the thing is, I'm not the only one who's seen it. That's why I'm finally talking. Because 3 weeks ago, a teenager from Branson posted a video that went viral. Grainy dashcam footage. Something crossing the road near Bull Shoals. The shape was wrong. The movement was wrong. And the sound it made before it disappeared into the trees made my blood go cold, because I've heard that sound before. I heard it while it was trying to get into my truck. They call it the Country Road Creature in the Ozarks. Local legend, mostly whispered about in diners and gas stations, dismissed by anyone who hasn't seen it. The stories vary. Some say it's 7 feet tall. Some say it walks on 2 legs but runs on 4. Some say it has eyes that reflect light like a cat, but the wrong color. Amber. Burning amber, like hot coals. I can confirm 3 things with absolute certainty. It's real. It's faster than anything that size should be. And it wanted inside my truck so badly that it left claw marks in the steel door that I still have, that I've shown to exactly 4 people who all told me to stop talking about it if I wanted to keep my job. This happened on a Tuesday. I remember because Tuesdays I do the northern route. Kimberling City, Reed Spring, Cape Fair, all the little towns that dot Highway 13 and the back roads that spiderweb through the Mark Twain National Forest. I know the exact time because I checked my phone right before I turned onto County Road 47, texting my wife that I'd be home in 40 minutes. County Road 47 is a shortcut. Saves about 20 minutes compared to staying on the main highway. Narrow road, 2 lanes barely. Trees pressing in from both sides. No streetlights, no houses for long stretches, just dark forest and the occasional deer crossing sign that nobody pays attention to anymore. I've driven that road hundreds of times, never had a problem, never felt uncomfortable. It's quiet, peaceful even. The kind of isolation that feels safe because you're in a 2-ton truck with a full tank of gas and cell service that works about 60% of the time. That night, about 8 miles in, I felt it. Not saw it, felt it. You know that animal instinct, that prehistoric part of your brain that tells you when something's wrong before your conscious mind catches up? That feeling when you walk into your house and something's slightly off and you just know someone was there, even though nothing's visibly disturbed? That hit me like a freight train. The forest felt wrong, too quiet. I realized I hadn't seen a single deer in the last 15 minutes, which never happens on that stretch. Deer are everywhere in the Ozarks, especially at night. You're more worried about hitting one than not seeing one. But there was nothing. No deer, no raccoons, no possums, no eyes reflecting in the headlights from the shoulder. Just empty road and trees pressing closer than I remembered. I slowed down. Not because I was scared, not yet, but because something in my gut said to. Dropped from 55 to 40, then to 35. My hands were gripping the wheel tighter than necessary and I didn't know why. That's when I saw the first claw mark on the road. Not a scratch. Not weathering. A gouge. 3 parallel lines, each about 2 feet long, cutting diagonally across my lane. I stopped the truck, put it in park. And that's when I heard the breathing. Not my breathing, not Wayne through the trees. Breathing. Deep, rhythmic, like something large drawing air through passages not meant for oxygen. Coming from outside the truck. Close. Too close. I killed the engine. Instinct. Prey. Instinct. Make yourself invisible. Stop making noise. Maybe it hasn't seen you yet. The breathing continued. Somewhere to my right. In the trees about 20 feet off the road. I couldn't see anything. just darkness and tree trunks and undergrowth. But I could hear it. Heavy, deliberate. The kind of breathing that comes from something watching, waiting, deciding. My phone was in the cup holder, no signal, of course. The dead zone on County Road 47 extends for about 12 miles. I knew this. Everyone who drives it regularly knows this. It's why most locals avoid it at night unless necessary. I was alone, completely alone, and something in those trees was breathing in a way that made every hair on my body stand up. I should have restarted the truck. I should have thrown it in drive and gotten the hell out of there. But I didn't, because some stupid, rational part of my brain was still trying to explain it away. Bear has to be a bear. Black bears sound weird when they breathe heavy. You've heard them before at campsites. This is just a bear. Except bears don't go silent the second you think about them. The breathing stopped. Complete silence. Not even wind. The forest held its breath, and so did I. Then I heard the footsteps. Not paws, not hooves. Footsteps. 2 legs, heavy, deliberate, crunching through underbrush, moving parallel to the truck, staying in the trees, pacing. I turned my head slowly, looked out the passenger window into darkness, saw nothing. But the footsteps continued, steady, methodical, like something was circling, evaluating. That's when my training kicked in. 19 years of driving means you know your vehicle. I knew exactly where the keys were without looking. I knew the gear shift position by muscle memory. I could start the engine and be moving in under 3 seconds if needed. I reached for the ignition. The footsteps stopped. Silence again. Worse than before. Because now I knew it was listening. It heard my hand move. It heard fabric against the seat. It knew I was about to run. I turned the key. The engine roared to life. Headlights blazed. And in that split second of illumination, I saw it. Just a glimpse. A shape. Standing between 2 pine trees about 30 feet ahead and to the right. Tall. Too tall. 7 feet easily. Maybe more. Upright. Humanoid silhouette, but wrong proportions. Arms too long, torso too narrow. Head that didn't match the body. Like someone put a wolf skull on human shoulders but stretched everything. And eyes. 2 points of amber light reflecting my headlights. Not like animal eye shine. Brighter. Hotter. Like burning coals behind glass. It didn't move. Just stood there, watching me, evaluating. I threw the truck into drive, slammed the accelerator. Tires screamed. The truck lurched forward, and that thing moved. I've never seen anything accelerate like that. It didn't run. It exploded into motion. 1 second standing still. Next second a blur crossing the 30 feet between us faster than my brain could process. It hit the tree line at the edge of the road right as I passed, lunging at the passenger side. I heard the impact. Felt the truck rock. Metal shrieked. Something scraped along the side panel from front wheel to back. Claws dragging across steel like nails on a chalkboard amplified 1,000 times. I was doing 60 miles per hour down a road rated for 45. Didn't care. Couldn't care. Because in my side mirror I saw it. Still chasing. Running on all fours now. Not like a bear, not like anything. Body low. Limbs pumping in a rhythm that looked anatomically impossible. Closing the distance. Gaining on a truck doing 60. I hit 70. Engine screaming. Every instinct telling me to look away from the mirror, focus on the road, but I couldn't. I had to see if it was still there. It was. 20 feet behind. Then 15. Then 10. Running with its mouth open. I could see teeth. Too many teeth. Rows of them catching my taillights. And that sound. God, that sound. Not growling. Not roaring. Something between a scream and a mechanical grind, like metal being torn and vocal cords trying to imitate language at the same time. I hit 75. The truck was shaking. The road was too narrow for this speed. Curves coming up that I knew I couldn't take at this velocity. Didn't matter, it was still gaining. And then it jumped. Not a normal jump. Not like a deer clearing a fence. It launched itself. Airborne. A full-body lunge that covered 15 feet horizontally while the truck was moving. It hit the back left corner of the cargo bed with an impact that nearly sent me into the ditch. The truck fishtailed. I overcorrected, regained control, but it was on the vehicle. I felt the weight shift. Heard claws scraping metal, finding purchase. Climbing. It was climbing onto my truck. I swerved hard right, then hard left, trying to throw it off. Heard something slam against the side panel. Metallic bang. But it held on. And then I heard it on the roof. Directly above me. Walking. 4 points of contact. Claws punching into metal with each step. Moving toward the front. Toward the cab. Toward me. My windshield. It was going for my windshield. I slammed the brakes. Full lockup. Tires screaming. Truck skidding. The thing on the roof flew forward with momentum. Launched over the hood, hit the asphalt 20 feet ahead, rolled, came up in a crouch facing me. For 3 seconds, we were stationary. Me behind the wheel, engine still running, headlights illuminating it fully for the first time. I wish I could say I don't remember what it looked like. I wish I could say the memory is fuzzy, distorted by fear and adrenaline. But I remember every detail with crystal clarity that haunts me every time I close my eyes. It wasn't an animal. It wasn't human. It was something that looked like it was trying to be both and failing at everything. The body was skeletal, ribs visible under taut, grayish skin that looked simultaneously furred and hairless, like it couldn't decide which. The limbs were wrong. Arms that hung too low, past where knees should be, ending in hands with too many joints, and fingers that curved into black claws at least 4 inches long. The legs bent backward at the knee. Not like a dog. Backward, like someone built legs wrong on purpose. And the way it crouched, weight distributed across all 4 limbs, made it look like a spider made of bones and sinew and hatred. But the head, God, the head, elongated, canine but stretched, snout too long, jaw that didn't close properly, always slightly open, revealing rows of yellowed teeth that looked human-sized in a mouth too large for them. Ears pressed flat against the skull, and those eyes, amber, glowing, not reflecting light, generating it, staring directly at me with an intelligence that made my stomach turn. It tilted its head, studied me, like it was calculating, deciding if I was worth the effort. Then it screamed, not an animal scream, not even a human scream, something between the two, hitting frequencies that made my ears ring and my chest vibrate. A sound that felt designed to paralyze, to trigger every ancient fear coded into human DNA. The sound predators made when humans were still prey. And then it charged. I threw the truck into reverse, floored it, backward down County Road 47 at 40 miles per hour, steering by mirror, praying no one else was on this road, because I couldn't turn around. Couldn't take my eyes off it for the 3 seconds that would take. It was running full sprint. Directly at me, closing the distance. 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet. I cranked the wheel hard, spun the truck 180 in the middle of the road, tires smoking, transmission screaming. Threw it into drive and accelerated before the maneuver even completed. Heard another impact. Passenger side again. It had caught up, was alongside, running parallel. And then I felt the door handle rattle. It was trying the door handle, not clawing randomly, not attacking blindly. It gripped the handle, pulled. The door rattled in the frame. I heard metal strain. The handle bent inward, deforming under pressure that shouldn't be possible from anything organic. I looked right. Made eye contact through the passenger window. 6 inches of glass between us. It looked back. And I swear to God, it smiled. Lips pulled back over too many teeth in something approximating a human smile, but twisted, wrong, mocking. The handle snapped, broke clean off. The door held, but the mechanism was destroyed, hanging useless. And then it went for the window, claws against glass, scraping, testing, looking for weakness, pounding. Once, twice, 3 times. Hairline fractures spreading across the pane like ice cracking. One more hit and it was through. I saw a curve ahead, sharp switchback, 45-degree turn that I was approaching at 80 miles per hour. I had two options: slow down and let it break through the window, or take the curve at speed and pray. I chose prayer. Hit the curve doing 78. Tires lost grip. Physics took over. The truck went sideways. Centrifugal force threw the creature off, launched it into the tree line with an impact I felt through the chassis. I regained control, straightened out, checked the mirror. It was standing in the middle of the road, watching me leave. Not chasing anymore, just standing there, perfectly still, like it had made its decision, like it was satisfied, or like it was letting me go. I didn't stop driving until I hit the 24-hour gas station on Highway 13. 43 minutes of straight driving, checking mirrors every 5 seconds, hands shaking so badly I could barely hold the wheel. Pulled into the parking lot under fluorescent lights, put the truck in park, sat there for 20 minutes just breathing, staring at my hands, trying to convince myself I just hallucinated the whole thing. Exhaustion. Carbon monoxide leak in the cab. Something. Then I got out and walked to the passenger side. The door handle was gone, completely sheared off. The door itself had 4 parallel gouges running from the handle area down to the bottom panel, deep. Metal peeled back in places, like someone took industrial tools to it. Or claws. The side panel behind the door had more gouges, scratches running the entire length of the truck from front wheel well to back, some shallow, some deep enough I could fit my finger inside. And on the roof. Punctures, 12 of them. 4 sets of 3, each set about 2 feet apart, claws that had punched through painted steel and into the metal beneath to gain purchase. I took photos, 47 photos from every angle, close-ups of the gouges, wide shots of the damage pattern, the broken handle, everything. My hands were still shaking so badly that half of them came out blurred, but I had evidence. Documented, time-stamped, irrefutable. Then I went inside. The clerk was a kid, maybe 22. He looked at me, saw something in my face, and his expression changed. "You okay, man?" I asked if he'd heard about anything weird on County Road 47. Animals, attacks, anything. He went pale, asked why I was asking. I showed him the truck through the window. He said 3 words: Country Road Creature. Then he told me about the others. Not many. People don't talk about it openly. But there are stories. A hunter in 2018 found deer carcasses hanging from trees, arranged in patterns, drained completely of blood. A couple in 2020 broke down on County Road 47 at night, called for a tow, and when the truck arrived 30 minutes later, they were gone. Truck still locked. No sign of struggle, never found. In 2021, a sheriff's deputy responded to a call about something attacking livestock near Cape Fair. He arrived at the property, saw tracks in the mud around the chicken coop, took photos, sent them to the state wildlife department. They told him the tracks didn't match any known species, told him to stop filing reports about it. The kid behind the counter said his uncle saw it once, 10 years ago, crossing the road near Bull Shoals Dam. Described exactly what I saw. Down to the eyes, down to the backward knees, down to the smile. His uncle doesn't drive at night anymore. Sold his truck, moved to Springfield, refuses to talk about it. I asked if anyone had reported it officially. Police, wildlife services, anyone. The kid laughed. Not a happy laugh, a defeated laugh. "You can try," he said, "but they won't do anything, they never do." I tried anyway. Called the county sheriff's non-emergency line from the gas station, explained what happened, offered to come in, show the damage, file a report. The dispatcher listened patiently, asked if I'd been drinking. I said no. She asked if I was on medication. I said no. She asked if I wanted to file a report about property damage from wildlife. I said it wasn't wildlife. Long pause. Then, "Sir, what exactly do you think damaged your vehicle?" I didn't answer, because in that moment I realized how it sounded, how I sounded. A middle-aged route driver calling at 1:30 in the morning talking about monsters on back roads. She suggested I contact my insurance company in the morning, wished me a good night. disconnected. I drove home, took the long way, highway all the way, added 40 minutes to the trip. Didn't care. Wasn't going back on County Road 47. Not that night. Not ever. Got home at 2:17 in the morning. My wife was asleep. I didn't wake her, went straight to the garage, stared at the truck under the overhead light. The damage looked worse under bright illumination. More deliberate, more purposeful. Next morning I called my supervisor, explained the damage, told him I hit a deer. He came to look at it, stared at the gouges for a long time, asked what kind of deer makes claw marks. I said I didn't know. Maybe I hit multiple deer. Maybe one of them got dragged under the wheel well and scraped the side. He didn't believe me. I could see it in his face, but he also didn't push. Just told me to file an insurance claim. Said the company would cover it. Said I should probably take a different route from now on. I filed the claim. Insurance adjuster came out, took photos, measured the damage, wrote everything down. 3 weeks later, claim approved. Animal damage, deer collision. $9,400 in repairs. I picked up the truck last week. New door, new panels, paint job. Looks factory new, like nothing ever happened, except I know what happened. And the mechanic who did the repairs knows too. Because when I picked it up, he pulled me aside. Said something I won't forget. Those weren't deer marks. I've been doing bodywork for 28 years. I know what deer damage looks like. I know what bear claws look like. I know what people do with tools when they want insurance money. Those marks weren't any of those things. I don't know what made them. I don't want to know, but you be careful out there. He wouldn't make eye contact when he said it. I still work the same route. I don't have a choice. It's my job. It's how I feed my family. But I don't take the shortcut anymore. I add the 40 minutes. Every single time. Highway 13, all the way, no matter how late I'm running, no matter how much gas it costs. And I'm not alone. After that night, I started asking around, carefully, subtly, other drivers, long-haul truckers who run through the Ozarks, local delivery guys, hunters, people who spend time on those back roads. More people have seen it than you'd think. They just don't talk about it. Not openly. Because the ones who do get laughed at, get called crazy, get told to see a therapist or check into rehab or just shut up. But in quiet conversations, over coffee at truck stops, in parking lots at 3 in the morning, people tell the truth. The thing on County Road 47 is real. It's been there for decades, maybe longer, and it's not the only one. There are reports from all over the Ozarks, different roads, different counties, but the descriptions are consistent. Tall, skeletal, moves wrong, eyes that glow, intelligent, aggressive, targeting vehicles specifically, like it knows what they are, like it understands they contain prey. Some people think it's a Wendigo. Others say it's some kind of undiscovered species. Cryptid, evolutionary anomaly. Something that survived in the deep forests where nobody goes, where caves go miles underground and valleys stay dark even at noon. I don't know what it is. I don't care about the taxonomy, I just know it's real. I know it tried to get into my truck. I know it was strong enough to deform steel. I know it was smart enough to test the door handle before resorting to brute force. And I know it let me go. That's the part that haunts me. It could have caught me. It was faster. It was stronger. It had multiple opportunities. But it stopped chasing. It stood in the middle of the road and watched me leave. Like it was sending a message. Like it was establishing territory. This is my road. You're allowed to leave this time. Maybe not next time. I think about that teenager's video. The one that went viral 3 weeks ago. The dashcam footage near Bull Shoals. The creature crossing the road. The comments are full of people calling it fake, CGI, marketing stunt for some horror movie. But I watched that video 47 times. I analyzed every frame. I looked at the way it moved. The proportions. The eyes. It's the same thing I saw, which means it's still out there. Still hunting, still waiting on those back roads for the next vehicle to come through at the wrong time. I don't drive at night anymore if I can avoid it. I plan my routes to finish before dark. If I'm running late, I call my supervisor, explain the situation, finish the route the next morning. He doesn't argue anymore. I think he knows. I think he's heard the stories too. My wife asks why I'm different now, why I check locks 3 times before bed, why I installed motion sensor lights around the entire property, why I keep a shotgun loaded by the front door even though we live in a safe neighborhood 20 miles from any forest. I haven't told her the truth. What would I say? That monsters are real? That something inhuman is hunting the back roads of the Ozarks? That it tried to kill me and I only survived because it chose to let me go? She wouldn't believe me, nobody would. Not without seeing it themselves. And I hope to God she never does. If you live in the Ozarks, if you drive these back roads, you already know this advice. But I'm saying it anyway because maybe someone reading this doesn't know. Maybe someone's planning a road trip. Maybe someone thinks rural shortcuts are just about saving time. Listen carefully. Stay on the main highways after dark. I don't care how much time the shortcut saves. It's not worth it. County roads, forest roads, anything without streetlights or regular traffic. Avoid them between sunset and sunrise. If you absolutely have to take a back road, don't stop for anything. Not for animals in the road. Not for people who look like they need help. Not if you think you hit something. Keep driving. Get to the next town with lights and people and cell service before you assess anything. If you hear something outside your vehicle that doesn't sound right, that doesn't sound like any animal you recognize, drive faster. Don't investigate. Don't be curious. Just go. And if you see something tall standing between the trees, something with eyes that glow amber like hot coals, something that's watching you with an intelligence that makes your skin crawl, don't make eye contact. Don't slow down. Don't acknowledge it. Because if it knows you've seen it, it might decide you're interesting. It might decide to chase. It might decide to test whether your doors are stronger than the doors on my truck. They're not. The country road creature is real. I know because I looked it in the eyes. I know because I have the repair receipts to prove what it did to 2 tons of steel and reinforced doors. And I know because every night when I'm trying to sleep, I can still hear the sound it made. That scream that wasn't quite animal, wasn't quite human. That sound designed by something that understands fear on a molecular level. I hear it. And I know it's still out there, still waiting, still hunting, still smiling. I still work the same route. Highway 13 all the way now, 40 extra minutes every night. I don't care about the gas cost or the late arrivals. County Road 47 isn't worth the shortcut. Other drivers know. They don't talk about it openly, but in quiet conversations at truck stops, the truth comes out. The thing I saw isn't unique. There are reports across the entire Ozarks, different roads, same descriptions. Tall, skeletal, eyes like burning amber, intelligent enough to test door handles before using force. That teenager's viral video from 3 weeks ago? I've watched it 47 times, analyzed every frame. It's the same creature, which means it's still out there, still hunting. I installed motion lights around my property, keep a shotgun by the door, check locks multiple times before bed. My wife asks why I've changed. I can't tell her. Who would believe that monsters are real? That something tried to rip into my truck with claws that deformed steel? The insurance paid out. $9,400 in repairs. The mechanic who fixed it pulled me aside when I picked it up. 28 years of experience, he said. He knows animal damage, knows tool marks, knows insurance fraud attempts. Those marks weren't any of those things, he told me. I don't know what made them, I don't want to know, but you be careful. He wouldn't look me in the eye. So I'm telling you this. If you drive the Ozarks, if you think back roads are just shortcuts, listen carefully. Stay on main highways after dark. County roads, forest roads, anything without streetlights or regular traffic, avoid them between sunset and sunrise. If you absolutely must take a back road, don't stop. Not for animals, not for people, not for anything. Drive until you reach lights and people and cell service. If you hear something outside your vehicle that doesn't sound like any animal you know, drive faster. Don't investigate. Don't be curious. Just go. And if you see something tall between the trees, something with eyes that glow like hot coals, something watching you with intelligence that makes your skin crawl, don't make eye contact. Don't slow down. Don't acknowledge it. Because if it knows you've seen it, it might decide you're interesting. It might chase. It might test whether your doors are stronger than mine. They're not. The country road creature is real. I have the repair receipts. I have the photos. I have the memories that wake me up at 3 in the morning sweating. Hearing that sound it made, something between a scream and mechanical grinding, designed to paralyze prey. And the worst part? It let me go. It was faster, stronger, had multiple opportunities to finish what it started. But it stopped, stood in the middle of the road and watched me leave. Like it was establishing territory, like it was sending a message. This is my road. You survived this time. Maybe not next time. I think about that every night. I think about how it smiled at me through the window, how it gripped the door handle with purpose, not instinct, how it calculated, planned, hunted. It's still out there, still waiting on those dark roads, still hunting whatever comes through at the wrong time. I survived because it chose to let me go. You might not be that lucky,